So, first off, an email's just arrived for you guys.
Yep.
You've been nominated for the podcast awards. Are you going to click through and enter some details?
Look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm almost certainly opening that email.
We are borderline narcissists. Of course we are.
I am almost certainly replying, yes.
The Businessmen, sponsored by BT Business.
Welcome to The Businessmen. We are back with a very special episode today, Joel Dommett.
Very special indeed.
Yeah, like any new business, we need to be cyber secure, don't we? On our Patreon, we have a forum where some of our Patreon community have been able to share their experiences and with regards to cybersecurity issues. Anwar got in touch. He had said he got an email, supposedly from a supplier to his shop, offering to reduce the cost of his supplies if he switched payment to a new bank account immediately. He switched payments and sent the scammers £2,000.
It's absolutely everywhere right now. So we had another one from Andre. It said he ended up filling in a fake form online and got locked out of all of his work emails for weeks. Says he's lost an important client, nearly sent his business under. It can be hugely important to people. So
I have very little understanding of cybersecurity. You famously have even less than me, which makes you more or less in negative equity when it comes to knowledge about cybersecurity.
I got a call from someone who said it was from my bank, and I clicked on an email that felt weird that day, that morning, and I put my bank details in. Of course I did. And then I got this call from someone saying it was from my bank, and he was so confident.
So convincing.
It was so convincing. Yeah. And it was on loudspeaker. And the only reason, so I was in a taxi.
Yeah.
The only reason that I put the phone down was because my taxi driver said, put the phone down, it's a scam.
Your taxi driver saved you from being scammed?
Yes.
I hope you gave him a decent tip.
I actually forgot.
It's 5 stars and a big tip, Joel Dommett. I've experienced moments like this, and one of the things we talk about at work quite a lot this morning when we do things like this is the urgency. And people often put, so Anwar saying, you need to switch supply now, and they make you feel like it's got to happen really urgently. So you panic, you start sweating, you think, I've really got to do this because something's going to go wrong. And they really lean into that. I got a message from Cammy's wife ages ago. And as it turns out, their email had been hacked. And I replied to the message. I didn't click on the link, but I replied to the message, saying, yeah, here's my email address. Send me what you want, and I gave her my email address, but then I didn't get anything else. And then Cammy messaged me about 5 hours later and clearly messaged everybody in his phone book and said, look, if you get anything from me, my email's been hacked. Don't click on the link. And it transpired, and it was an absolute nightmare. It transpired that 5 or 6 of their friends had clicked on the link. They all had bank details taken. Wow. They all lost loads. It was an absolute nightmare for Cammy. Felt so responsible. Imagine the people in his phone book that would have got that message as well, not just friends and family. And it's the insidious nature of it and how it infiltrates every sort of part of your life. And then you just feel so ridiculously vulnerable.
I tell you what it's very similar to. You'll know this, Ben. When you feel like someone is a guest on Michael McIntyre's Big Show.
Yes.
This is a very niche reference. When someone's a guest on the Big Show and they've done the text to reply
text to all,
right? I know when McIntyre's Big Show is being filmed.
Yes.
Because every week, suddenly, on a Tuesday, I will get a random message from AJ Adudu or Dermot O'Leary just saying, oh, hey, my cleaner's out. And she said, she fancies you. Could you send a message to her? Something really weird. And I'm like,
do you always reply?
I always reply.
Always reply.
I'm like, I'm not on telly enough.
Well, look, we've got one of our listeners.
Yes.
Harriet got in touch. She's told us an extraordinary story, which she's going to come and tell us in the studio in just a moment, Joel.
Harriet, welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for joining us. Listener of the podcast?
Yes, with new podcast, so I'm in.
A real life listener.
Real life
You
listener.
are hold on, you're our listener.
I
This
am
is
your
the one.
listener.
It's exciting to put a face to
Singular
this.
God, Harriet.
For years.
I did the call in when.
But if you're on it, who's going to be listening now?
Oh gosh, Mum.
The family. Although, so Harriet, thank you for coming in and sharing your experience of when cybersecurity's gone wrong, because this is a very special Businessmen episode all about cybersecurity, about how we need to try and protect ourselves better. Joel and I have already discussed his. He set the bar very low with his experience.
Absolutely.
But what is your experience of coming very close, if not dealing with some major cyber issues?
Okay, so it was during the pandemic. I was working for a media company at the time, and then I got an email, like on my work email, from the big boss, the CEO, and it said something so like calm, just being like, "Hi, Harry, I need you to do a job for me."
Used your name as well, though.
Yeah, straight my name.
So interesting.
And was like, "Can we though go on? Can I give you my number? Can you have my number so I can message you? Just take this off email, it'll be easier." And so straight away I was like, "Oh gosh, of course, yeah, no worries." And I was brand new to this company.
So you're thinking the CEO wants my number. This is good.
Of course.
It's a good play.
Absolutely. I was like, right, gonna get up on the good books or whatever.
Easily trustworthy.
Yeah, and also wanted to do a good
Oppressed. You
job.
want to look after something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I saved them on my phone, like their icon was their photo. So I was like, oh yeah, great, like that's my boss.
So they've got the CEO's picture and they had that on their profile.
Yeah.
So there's not, at this stage, there's nothing for you to think this isn't actually your boss, the CEO.
Not at all. And I wouldn't have had my boss's number anyway before this. There wasn't even like a way to check. And then they asked me, they were like, "Do you live near a corner shop?" And I was like, yeah, like 10-minute walk. But, it was a pandemic. And I was like, let's go for a walk. That's fine. And they were like, "I need you to get me some gift cards." And I was like, okay, this is strange. But like, sure, like, you don't think about it really because you're like, oh, the boss wants me to do something. Like, just get on and do it. I am like bottom rung in the media company.
Just do what you need to do.
Just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And then I got down to the shop and I was like, the specific gift card they wanted, they were like, "No, I want this other one. Like, do they have it?" And I was like, "No." And they were like,
my Lord.
like, "Get this other one then, that will do." And I was like, this is such a strange request. Anyway, and then they asked me to get 4 of them.
So they're digital gift cards of some sort.
Digital gift cards that are just on the shelf. Like, I would just load them up with my money.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what would happen next.
Transfer them to, or something.
Yeah, basically. But then, so they asked for 4 of the same ones, loading them of £25 each. And I was like, this is really strange. Like, surely my boss is like, fine.
Yeah, he's the CEO.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he needs £25 gift vouchers.
Yeah, but if he did that with everyone in the company, he might be earning some sweet coin.
He'd be doing fine. But I just remember so we were messaging this whole time, and the person, whoever it was, my boss, like constantly messaging. And I remember it just getting more and more like less flowery, less fluffy, and more just like, "Have you got them? Where are you going? Harriet, you still there?" And I was like, yeah, like they haven't got, like, I can get these ones. And like,
again, this is the urgency that you were talking about. That Ben was saying before you were here. If it's urgent, then it usually something's wrong.
And then they were like, "Okay, once you've got them, let me know." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Can you just call me? Like, this feels a bit weird." Yeah. And then that's when it went absolutely like aggressive. And they were like,
"Stop it.
I'm in a meeting. Why do you not trust me? Like, who do you think you are?"
Wow. And how does that make you feel at that point?
Oh, I was like absolutely on edge. I was like just shocked because I didn't know this. I don't know my boss.
No.
Like, it was COVID. Like,
Yeah.
no one was around. Like, and I was brand new to the company, so I'd never really met him either. So
there's a sense of panic that you feel like you're doing something wrong, that they're making you feel like you're letting them down.
Yeah, and I kept looking at this number being like, and then I also remember like clicking onto the profile picture and I was like, no, it's definitely him.
Yeah. That's how sophisticated it is.
I find myself doing that all the time. You just weirdly, it's like there's two sort of things
Steps.
of verification in your mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there needs to be more than that now. It's so scary.
So you're at the corner shop, you're getting all these angry, urgent texts, you're letting your boss down, you're not trusting him. What did you do?
I remember just being like, "Please call me." Like, and in my head I was like, okay, maybe I ask him some security questions. But I was like, no, this is really strange. So I was like, please call me. Like, this feels a weird thing to do. And I think almost like at the time as well, I was like, it's quite a lot of money for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like, just can we sort this out? And then it was like, you should be more like grateful, like this is your job, like went stronger and stronger and heavier, and I just like absolutely broke down. So I was just like standing outside the shop, like crying, being like, I'm gonna lose my job, like what do I do?
Over £425 gift tokens.
Okay, when you say it now.
No, but that's the really ridiculous thing. It's suddenly the pressure that they put on you doesn't. You're not even thinking about actually what they're asking you to get. You're just thinking about the trauma and the pressure and the worry and the concern.
Anyway, regardless, I was like, the pressure was still mounting and mounting, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just need to like find a way out here. But anyway, I bought them.
Did you?
Yeah. So I was like, can I have 4 gift cards of £25 each, like in tears at this point? And the lady was like, yeah, and was just helpful. But anyway, I like walked home because I was just like, I need a little break, I need a little minute to see what was going on. And literally by the time I got back to my house, like the IT head of IT from the company had emailed me and some others, I think, but either way being like, someone got through our system and you were emailed, please let me know you didn't buy anything. So obviously I was like, no.
No, you did.
I was like, all fine, nothing. I was so embarrassed.
Oh my God, Harriet.
But then I like raced back to the corner shop because that's what I'd already said to the cashier, being like, can I return these?
If I need to.
And they were like, yes, like you can. And so ran back, started crying again.
Oh God, Harriet.
And then they let me return all the
That's
money.
good.
So did you ever tell the IT people? Did you ever tell anybody at work that had happened?
It took a while. I slowly started telling, I was so new as well.
Yeah, of course.
I slowly started telling like people I work with, like a few weeks later being like, hey guys, funny story. And then finally one of my bosses was like, you should probably have a proper conversation with Big Boss, because every time I received like an email from him, I'm freaking out.
But that's the worst thing though. That's what they're so sophisticated that they make you feel like you're an idiot and you've done something wrong and you're letting people down, when actually you're, as you said earlier, you're the victim.
Yeah, I mean, I am actually an idiot though. So
there is that, yes. There is always an exception to the rule, John.
Doesn't help. I felt like an idiot because I am an idiot.
Yeah. Have you found though, when you've told your friends or you've told other colleagues when you felt more confident about telling them, that they've all gone, you won't believe what happened to me? So everybody has an experience of some sort.
Everyone knows someone, and that it's actually like happened to. I feel lucky that I got back in, like someone got to me in time to be like, don't do it. But everyone used, like I tell the story to you now, I was like, this has happened to me, or it's
so
everywhere.
It's so important. And thank you for coming in and sharing. Thank you for being our listener.
Yes. Thank you, Harriet. Clearly we all need to get cyber secure. Fortunately, our friends at BT have offered us the help of a cybersecurity expert to help us keep our business safe and secure.
Joel, very excited that we have a BT cybersecurity expert with us in the studio. Lee, thank you for joining us. It's what we've just been hearing from Harriet, Joel's own personal experience, my experience and friends. It is really apparent that we need your help.
We need your help.
Because BT Business are sort of protecting the cyber sort of infrastructure in the UK and globally for lots of people. Is that the case?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a massive issue for so many organisations, individuals, and something we need to put some real focus and attention into.
First of all, let's start at the beginning. Just tell us what is cybersecurity? What does a cybersecurity expert do? Fill us in on all the foundation parts of this so we can elaborate.
So most important thing, I guess, any business is about taking risks. If you want to achieve your goals and get where you need to go, you're going to have to take some risks to do it. Some of those risks are good risks, some of them not so good. Cybersecurity is one of the big risks around at the moment. It's all about trying to understand what that risk is, what the impact would be for the business, then try and find ways to manage those risks so that you can cope with whatever comes along and make sure you achieve your business goals.
So what sort of calls do you get then?
So main thing is I want to achieve these particular aims. It might be grow my listener base. It might be more people who are signed up for this. It might be I've got this great new formula for this skincare product. I don't want it to get out.
Yeah.
You do have great skin, by the way.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
We'll come on to that.
So then the question is, how do we protect that to make sure that people can't get their hands on those listener details or the secret formula, whatever it might be? Obviously, a lot of it is best if you can do it in advance. Stitch in time saves 9, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, we do also get some calls when things have gone bad, and we've got to try and work out what happened and pick up the pieces.
Can you just give us a small example of, don't need to be specific, obviously, but of something that has gone wrong for a business that you've helped work through, just so people give an idea of what happens to businesses?
Yeah. So there's a business that we've done a lot of work with, and they had some infrastructure in place that they needed to run their operations, and they had done a number of changes to that. And in order to do those changes, they had to kind of open some stuff up in order that the engineers could come in and do all the work that they needed to do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they didn't tidy up well after themselves. And then this was a route that the attackers could then use to get through into the business. Then once they're on the inside, they look like any other employee. They can do all sorts of things that you don't want people on the outside doing.
Or what is the losses that small business or big business face sort of annually from cyber attacks like this?
I mean, it's hugely variable dependent upon the size of the business, but certainly some research that we've done indicates, the average small business can lose £8,000 or more from an incident. And clearly the numbers can go way up from there, depending on the size of the business.
And of course, if it's a small business, £8,000 can be the difference between profit or loss.
Or if it's a cash flow issue, it could actually be terminal for the organisation.
I mean, and how to make it about, sorry to make it about me, guys, but how could this affect our business?
Well, I thought actually we could play a little game. It's a game that we play with organisations called a tabletop exercise. So I'm going to tell you about a scenario.
Yep.
The question is, how are you going to react to that?
This.
So this is going to test our aversion to risk, or to how would we cope?
Well, so the important thing about security is all about people, process, and technology.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just solve everything by having great people in place, though it helps if you make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing some of the stuff from earlier.
Yeah.
Some work there.
Yeah. I haven't made many good decisions.
No.
Some process in place in terms of how things are done and who's allowed to do what's good. And obviously, you'd expect me to say some underpinning technology can really make a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's play the game.
Let's play the game.
So first off, an email's just arrived for you guys.
Yep.
You've been nominated for the podcast awards. Are you going to click through and enter some details?
Look, I'm just going to be honest. I'm almost certainly opening that email.
We are borderline narcissists. Of course we are.
I am almost certainly replying, yes.
So, okay, perhaps not the best decision just to go instantly clicking on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a good idea. Check those links.
Yes.
Check that it looks legit.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you did it.
We've clicked
the link.
We want the award.
I want the award.
You entered some details, I'm afraid. So one of the passwords that you use is the same as the one you use for your main social media account.
What, the one with the photos?
And the next thing that happens is a message comes to say you've been locked out. And even worse than that, there's an advert up on there with the new drop shipping business that you just launched.
I could see this happening.
Yes.
So what are you going to do?
He's going to make a tour out of it.
Yeah.
It's content. That's what he's going to do. So from that simple click where he's put his email, they can then extrapolate the password. And if we are, I get told to do this all the time, don't we? Don't use the same password.
Don't reuse the same password.
If you use the same password, that would look legit because we all see Joel with a tick.
Yep. So if you then take that one step further, let's imagine for a second that this then exposes some other information. And one of the key goals I know you guys have got is 10,000 sets of details.
That's what we want. We want to get people signed up to join us.
Unfortunately, you receive an email. We've got into the customer relationship management system where you're storing all that data, and we've changed every single email
Why did you answer that email? Why did you click the link? I've told you before.
No.
If you'd like them back, you can have them all back for £5 an address.
5 times 10,000.
And this is an example of something that was, you know.
This is
a ransomware attack. This is the idea. I take something of yours away. If you want it back, you give me some money, and hey, I benefit as the attacker from your lack of security.
Wow.
And then the final thing, obviously underpinning that, is some great technology that can help you with things like the password issues that we've talked about, making sure that you stop some of these things before they actually get to the end users. And that's where, obviously, we've got a great set of capabilities. But there's many organizations with great technology. It's all about how you use them and making sure you've got that process sorted and that human firewall who's going to protect you.
And just to be clear, when you say human firewall, you mean it's the different people within the business that are all going to make those checks before someone actually finally signs on something or clicks on something and says, yes, that's
absolutely that. Yeah, the beginning, middle, and end of every one of these, there's a human involved. So getting those humans part of that process and make sure they're thinking about this as a risk is really important.
What happens if the humans involved thinking isn't always quick?
Ben's looking at me.
In some cases, you have to take the power away from those humans and put some processing around so that they are not, they're protecting from themselves.
Yes.
Genuinely.
Yes.
My social media accounts are so important to me because my business is me.
It's who you are. Yeah.
So here's a simple one. On your phone, you've got a thing that will manage all those really complicated passwords for you.
Yeah.
And you can have a different one for every website. You should definitely use that.
Yeah.
That will make it way easier.
That's great.
A bit of technology there will be supporting you to make better decisions.
Okay, great. I can't wait to sort it.
Do you know, it's a funny thing though, Lee, isn't it? Because it's the reality of you talking to us about this now. And maybe it's because we're in the process of setting up a business, which we understand is going to have a lot of personal information in. That I've talked about this an awful lot. And I talk about it with my wife and my teenage boys because they have social media accounts now. And it's really like the effort that you put in to protect yourself will be so worth it. Even if it takes a bit of hassle and it's a bit of faff, it will be so worth it to stop this happening to you down the line.
Yeah, that upfront investment doesn't need to be a big thing. Running a small business is really hard. There's loads of risks that you've got to manage. But I guess all I'm suggesting is that all business owners should just take a little bit of time to understand the risk for them, what's most important in order to reach their goals, and make sure they've just had to think about how they protect those.
So if you're listening to this and you run a small business or you're just interested in understanding a little bit more about what Lee's been talking about, you can search BT Business Cybersecurity to find out more. You can click the link in the show notes. This is a very safe link, isn't it, Lee?
It is.
Yes,
it is.
After all that, we're asking people to click a link. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable.
Check it before you click it.
Yes.
Check before you click because cybersecurity is everybody's business.
If you want to find out more, search BT Cybersecurity Decoded. Loads of information to help you understand all of these crazy terms and what you should do.
Now, just before we let you go, Lee, can we ask your skincare routine? Because you look like you've... What do you do with your skincare?
I'm definitely cleansing and maybe the odd bit of moisturizing, but probably not as much as my wife would like me to.
This is... Okay. Well, it feels like you've come to the right place because you protect us from a cyber perspective. We'll protect you from an aging perspective.
I'm all in.
I love this.
So we've got another customer.
Our first customer. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee.
Honestly, it's an
Great to meet
absolute
you.
pleasure. Lovely to meet you. I can't wait for you to help me not be just absolutely torn apart by the
cyber villains.
The
cyber villains
They're
are
going to
coming.
get me.
Thank you to everyone who's joined us today. All the contributions from Andre and Anwar.
Yes.
Do you want to explain why they were able to join us, Joel?
They were able to join us because they got in touch on our Patreon. So please come and join us there. It is free to join. Loads of extra content on there. You can have your say on our products, the way we shape our business. We really need you to go over there. And honestly, it's a lovely way to get involved in what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, we've called it the boardroom. So you can find the link in the description for the podcast. Click on that, get involved. Because it's a community full of people who are enjoying the things that we're enjoying, which is building a business
And having a laugh.
especially the having a laugh.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back next week.
Oh, and solo as well, because I am heading off to the jungle. Yeah, I'm going to the jungle.
How's it go?
It goes,
I've got to work on that. Joel is going to be busy in the jungle, but I am going to be here on my own, holding down the fort while you're chewing on kangaroo testicles and all sorts of immeasurables and unmentionables.
Yeah, and that's nothing to do with the show. I just do it in my spare time.
Standard.
So yeah, thank you, Ben, for holding the fort. We've got some amazing episodes planned. So yeah, really excited for that. Thank you again for listening. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been The Business Ben, sponsored by BT Business.
Because cybersecurity is everybody's business.